Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Writer's Block podcast. All right, we are coming to you live from the Comedy Zone here in Jacksonville, Florida, as usual. And we got a special guest in the building today. Let me get the air horns ready. Let me get the audience clapping because this man deserves a round of applause. All right, just like the Waka Flocka song. Okay. And listen, the person I have with me today, I've been telling y'all about it for a little minute. We got the James Webb in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, man?
All right, first of all, so guys, James is the acting teacher that I've been telling y'all about on this podcast. Oh. So yeah, I was talking about the class with my coach, bouncing it back and forth. Yeah. So it was interesting, man. It was a lot of fun, and James is the very first acting teacher I've ever had. You made acting very fun.
That's what's
first
up,
of all,
man.
I was nervous as hell.
Yeah.
I don't, but we're gonna get into all of that.
Okay.
But we're here today, and you said something very interesting before we were starting the show, because I asked you to do my podcast, and you were like, you feel weird like when you have to talk as yourself.
Hell yeah.
But when you're like playing a role,
it's easy.
You talk.
It's easy. Yeah, man. Like I hate talking as myself. Like right now, I'm nervous as hell. Because but do what you got to do. But it's easier to play a role because you can step into somebody else. You know what I mean? And they can judge who it is that you portray versus judging you.
Yeah.
Right
I think
now,
it's interesting that you think that.
Yeah.
I think I have a 100% easier time being myself, or maybe like right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
So James, how long have you been acting? All right, and then we can get into teaching and productions and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I've been acting since I was a teenager. But it was never like really professional work back then. It was more just stuff in church. Or
okay,
whatever.
that counts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a win is a win, right?
Acting for God,
right? So I mean, you do what you got to do, And I learned some things back then, but I really started taking it seriously. Maybe like 2013.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So what do you mean like taking it seriously? Like,
well, I really started pursuing it, like going to school for it, the training.
Wow, where'd you go?
JU.
Oh shit,
yeah,
Jacksonville
University, man.
All right, I don't know. Was that y'all know? I didn't go to JU, so I don't know.
I didn't really
I don't know what y'all mascot.
I was just like, let me just get this damn diploma and get the fuck.
Okay, so you went to JU,
yeah,
and you were doing like acting. They had acting stuff there.
Yeah, man. They had they have a theater program there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And then, but what I didn't know while I was there, because I actually signed up to do musical theater. And I hate musicals, but
I'm not a fan of musicals either.
Bro, I was in those practice rooms where you just hear people singing all day long.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I would actually hate that. I was doing improv, and everyone in my troupe was in theater at Florida State. Mm-hmm. I was not. So I was the only one who wasn't actually in theater. I was a comedian. And I want,
Yeah. But no, it was cool though. But while I was there, I found out that they had a small film program.
Oh, that's good.
And so at the time, I really wanted to get into film.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to go to college for. Okay. I tried to get into the film program, and I didn't get in. All right. First of all, it was horrible. I didn't even have the requirements. I was just, in my brain. I was like, oh, they'll let anybody get into what they say. You can be what you want to be. I don't gotta have I didn't take no classes in high school for film. I didn't take none of the I just wanted to do. I decided.
I just wanted to make a film.
Yeah. So I applied to Florida State Film School, and they promptly rejected me.
And you applied to Florida State.
Yeah,
out of all places.
Yeah, James.
Bro, that's like USC. You know what I mean? Like that's top of the line film. Like James, listen,
they FSU promptly escorted me out of their film room building. All right, so instead of getting in the program, I was auditioning for the roles that the people in the film were shooting. So I ended up acting and being in their projects because the people are the same age as me. Some of them who were in the film school were also in my comedy troupe.
Okay.
So they would see me. They'd be like, "Hey, I got this role for you."
Yeah, bro.
And that's kind of how I made my way into acting early on. But it wasn't until I did your class where I can't. That's my first time back into it. Okay. Since then, I've only been doing stand up.
Bro, like those film projects or the student film projects be legit. I did a couple when I was living out in LA, right?
Wow. Okay. Nice.
For the students at USC, which is University of South California. And bro, like some of the work that I did out there, I mean, you wasn't getting paid for it because it was student film.
Yeah.
But the quality of
they take it
work,
serious,
bro.
They're working.
It was legit. Like we were on the straight film sets. They built the sets inside of studios and stuff like that. Like, bro, it was an amazing experience to see that it wasn't necessarily on a professional level yet, but you could see that
the work it went into
where
it.
these young people were going. I was like, bro, like this is amazing.
And when I was acting on the at the Florida State ones, they're like you're right. They're literally building the set around you.
Yep.
So it's just crazy to see if nobody was getting paid for it, but how much time and effort,
commitment,
bro. Like that's their life right there.
It is.
You know. So you did work out in LA doing it. Okay. Well, what were you in? Like when do you remember? Do you remember any of those roles?
The crazy thing is I went out there for film, but was doing a bunch of theater work.
Okay.
I did a couple of commercials. Like I did a dating app commercial called Zeusk.
Zeusk? I've never heard of that. But no, this is going to be great to look up.
Listen.
This is going to be, I'm 24, all right? The earliest dating app that I had was probably like Facebook, MySpace.
What? That's definitely not dating app.
Well, that was a dating app for sure. Wait, tell me about Zeus because this sounds interesting,
bro. I don't like. So I end up finding it on like Actors Access, some type of thing where it's just like this community pool of just roles that they just dump in there. And so I found it, and I was like, why not? And I could work from home. You know, you was able to work from home, and then pretty much use your phone to do it. And so I was able to record on my phone, send it in. I don't know if they used it or not, but I got $500 off of it.
Let's go.
I got paid for it, so I was good. You know, I was like, hey,
that was your first role. Was that your first paid role? That's pretty funny, man.
I was like, bro, do what you will with it. You know, I got my money. I'm good. You know, and so it was cool though. It was a cool experience. But outside of that, I did more theater work than anything. I did a couple of like student films or short films out there that went into like it was I never could think of the name of the festival, but I think it was like McCo Festival or something like that I did a film for that I was in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then just did a bunch of theater work out there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what brought me back because I was like, well, shit, if I'm doing theater work out there, I could do theater work over here.
Oh, that's what brought you back to Jacksonville or Florida?
I mean, I was doing theater work out there, but really what brought me back here was my motivation for going out there changed.
Okay. And what was that? What was it when you went there the first time?
So the initial motivation was I wanted to be a movie star.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wanted the fame. I wanted the recognition. I did. And being out there and going to therapy, man, I was able to realize, bro, you really don't want that type of attention. You know what I mean? And it kind of helped me get down to, like, I really just want to do the work. I want to make the impact. You know,
that's actually that's a big perspective switch right there.
Yeah, man.
Like that's actually very self-aware and selfless.
Yeah.
You know, I famously don't go to therapy right now. At least,
why you say famously?
Because I make it a big deal. Like my co-hosts always talk about therapy, and I tell them they could just talk to me. They could really. I won't like you could just talk to me for free. I don't charge. We do a podcast. That's why we do a podcast. Enough. You know, but no, I'll go like later on in my late 30s maybe or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Being a comedian, I just feel like I have to I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna solve all my problems.
Use all your.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, but maybe that's just my brain.
Yeah.
The reason I bring that up is because I was gonna ask about. Wait, I forgot 100%.
Brain fart.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm back. Now I'm back. I got. All right. So your motivation going out there, changing, and you realizing you didn't want you wanted to make the impact on people, and then you came back here to Jacksonville. I know. I caught the second class that you were doing. You had one that was before the session I got into.
I actually had two before.
Really?
Before you.
Yeah.
I was doing private lessons in January. And then I opened it up in February, and I think you came in March.
Yeah. I tried to do the first one, but then I had a show, and that kind of the time was
busy,
off.
Man.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, man. Wipe them down.
I'm busy for free right now. That's what it is. I'm busy for free. We're getting there though. Make it a little change.
For sure.
But no, man, like I literally the first one, I was mad that I missed the first one because even though like the show was good, I didn't have anything to do the other 3 Mondays. You know, but I was just I had that 1 week. So I don't know, when I finally got to join the class, I was nervous already. First of all, I was nervous, but off rip, you were inviting and made it comfortable,
what were you
man.
Nervous about,
man? Because
you're a comedian, you in front of people all the time.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And also, I'm only in front of people some of the time. I'm a local comedian. Some of these people don't show up for shows. All right, some weeks it just be us. Okay, we be having comedian therapy with each other. All right, but we appreciate y'all, man. Next show's coming up soon. We got some stuff in the bio. Also, James is producing a show right now called Single Shit.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of y'all are single out there, so you need to go see it and see what type of shit they talking about.
And some of y'all are married and still single, so still come and see what it's about.
What date is the show?
June 24th, Saturday, June 24th at 7 p.m.
All right, Saturday, June 24th. All right, we're gonna talk more about that soon. All right. So yeah, like the session that I got, I was nervous because I told you I haven't done it in probably 3 years. Like I was only in that comedy sketch acting troupe for 1 year. Okay. And then I got to stand up and I was like, oh, I want to do this more and more. Yeah. So I'm getting back into it, and now I realized that then I didn't want to be an actor. You know what I mean? But when I took your class, I took it with the intention because I was like, oh man, I am a comedian. I do stand up and all this stuff, but I'm really multi-talented at things. You know, I'm actually really good. I think I'm the next generation's Jamie Foxx.
I believe
you know. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, I got to work on that. You know what I mean? And be intentional. When I was doing improv and stuff, I wasn't doing it intentionally. Okay. So I took your class, trying to be, and I think that's why I was nervous because I went into it wanting to not be terrible. Okay. You know, and not.
You wasn't terrible, man. You wasn't terrible.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And I ain't gassing you up. I wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah. I feel like I trust you. I do. I feel like I did okay. Like I didn't do as many. Like I said, I think it was good that the roles, like some of the roles when we were reading lines and practicing things, they weren't like comedic roles, and I think that was good for me. You know, because I didn't know if I was I don't know. I wanted to do it, but without having to be funny because I'm funny here and I talk on the podcast and I do stand up and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think I can actually be a good a good comedic actor, but I wanted to learn how to.
For sure, yeah. And you realize in the class we had a bunch of comedians, bro. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Crazy people up in there, man. But you know what I mean? And which was one of the reasons why I chose the scripts that I did, because I knew who was going to be in the class. That naturally y'all are funny people, comedians, you know. And I was like, well, let's do something that kind of takes them out of that comfort zone, and let's even show you guys what you have on the inside of you as well too. So yeah, for sure, yeah, man. It was dope though. Right. It was dope. It was dope.
I'm so excited. I really want to take. First of all, I was really mad. Not mad because I want you to do your show, but I was actually committed to every Monday. I took off work, James. I was working 1 day a week. I was like, hey, don't schedule me on Mondays no more. Yeah, man. I'm busy from 7, and I literally every single Monday I was so hyped for that.
It was a vibe for sure.
I gotta come back, man. I want to come back.
It was a vibe, but I'm happy that you said it because that's one of the things that I really try to strive for in any type of setting that I'm in is just a comfortable yet productive atmosphere. Yeah. You know what I mean? I never want anybody to come in my space unless it's intentional, you know, but I never want nobody to come into my space and feel tense. Yeah. Or feel that they can't grow or feel uncomfortable, you know? And so a lot of times, especially in that type of environment, you know, I want you to feel like once you leave out of this room that, damn, I can do this. You know what I mean? And I think that's what keeps people attached, that keep people coming back, is that they feel worthy of it, that they feel like they can grow. And they feel like this shit wasn't a waste of their time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not at all. I don't care if you paid 50 cents. I want my money worth. You know what I mean? I want my money's worth. You know? And so I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, bro, let me do what I need to do on my end, so therefore I can service you guys. So for sure.
There was like the first session, or maybe like the second session of one of the two. I walked in and I never met the dude before. Louis was in the class.
Yeah, man.
I saw we follow each other on Twitter.
Okay.
Never met in real life.
Yeah.
It was Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
So we both just happened to be in the class. I'm like, what the hell is this man?
Yeah.
And that's how we got to meet up, man. He's supposed to be doing the show soon. Like,
nice. Yeah, man. And they got a premiere coming up this weekend.
I think it's called Soul Hood.
Soul Hood.
Yeah,
Soccer, man, for sure. Yeah. Hey, y'all got to check that out.
I saw him post about it.
The first one is on Amazon, part 1, and then part 2 is being at Regal Avenues.
That's gonna be fire, man.
It's gonna be fire.
Yo, shout out to him.
Yeah.
But so like, what was that like for you? Like what? Well, you're from your perspective teaching people like us, like you know what I mean, our class, because a lot of us were I guess first timers or early on. I would say,
for the most part.
But like, what was that like for you on your end watching? I don't even know how it was supposed to be childlike. You know what I mean? The whole thing was like, all right, we got to come in here to play, have a good time. You know, seeing people try to reform back to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's always interesting to see how people allow themselves to be free and lose all reservations. It's always interesting to see that, because we naturally in our mind and just in everyday life, we keep ourselves from being affected by situations, by people. You know what I mean? We automatically put these walls
I
up.
literally texted you. Wait, so I asked James, what do I need to do to work on my acting to get better? And he was like, be more vulnerable, open up more. And I literally said, damn, that's crazy. I spent my whole life building up
walls, right? Yeah, absolutely. And we do. And honestly, in acting, it's the total opposite. You know what I mean? You have to be completely vulnerable. And when people come in and they think of acting, they immediately put on this facade and like this blanket and say, okay, this is how acting should be.
Yeah.
You know, and naturally we can't relate to that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When people look at actors on stage or on a film, they want to see something that they can connect to. You know what I mean? And that type of connection requires vulnerability. You know, and if that vulnerability is not there, we've all seen bad acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is a perfect segue, because I was going to ask you if you've ever seen shows or movies where you were like, this acting is terrible.
Hell yes.
Do you want,
I will say it. No, like I really would. I mean, we all pretty much know it. I respect this man and what he do, because he's a damn billionaire. So
Yeah.
of course, I respect his hustle because he monopolizes. He's a smart businessman, and that's Tyler Perry.
Shout out Tyler Perry.
What I mean? Shout out to Tyler Perry, because if he offered me a job right now, I'm taking it.
Hey,
Lord, thank you for your time.
You would be dumb to leave. Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for doing the podcast. Listen, TP, I know you got people watching this, man. All right. James Webb over here is the man. All right, we gonna get you on a TP role. I ain't mad at
my phone light up. That may be you. So I'm gonna check it when it's
the fact that your phone is way up. I saw that earlier. I was like, he threw his phone 4 tables away.
No, for real, no. But like, here's some of his stuff. Like, one of my favorites of his is A Family That Prays.
Okay.
That movie has solid. Well, first of all, it got solid actors in there. So that's why it's good.
Yeah, that's what.
You got Kathy Bates, you got Afri Woodard, you got Sanaa Lathan, you got Rockman Dunbar, I think this is his name. You got Taraji. You know, so you got strong actors in there that carry that movie.
Okay.
But then you have his TV shows that are like trash to me, like Have and Have Nots. It was like, I tried to watch it and I was like, bro.
Wait, what was that? She had one of them is a new one. It has a laugh track on it. I saw a clip on Twitter. There was a laugh track like every 30 seconds.
It might be one of the, I don't know if it may be Family Family Pain, or what is it? Pain. Well, I can't think
one of them. I don't know. I should have saved it. I should have saved it when I saw the video.
It's one of them. But I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? There's something for everybody. He's doing something right because it's working.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But to me, I can think I it's not so much that the acting is bad. It is bad, but I think it comes from just lack of character development. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
a lot of times we read the script and we're like, okay, got it, and they start shooting it, and there's no development on. It could be the actor's part, it could be the director's part. I don't know, but yeah, to me, that's why I'm like, I'm good. I could pass.
All right,
waste my time.
Have you ever not gotten a role and seen someone else get it?
Oh, hell yes.
Yes. I went through that, but let me give me your experience first.
Especially like out there in California, right?
Okay.
In California, you go to an first of all, you see an audition, you be like, yeah, I'm gonna nail this.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. I could do this.
Yeah.
You see the full description. They send you the sides. I got this. Boom. Man, you walk in that audition room, you see 80 other motherfuckers that look just like you.
That's crazy.
That literally look just like
crazy.
you. And you like, God damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like there's no way that you can get it. Like you have to do something that makes you stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start getting in your head like, how am I going to stand out from the rest of these fools that look just like me? You know, so I mean, you see it, and then you end up becoming friends with these same people, and y'all audition, and boom, it was one particular one I auditioned for, and one of my friends, he got it, and I was like, I really want to celebrate you. But nigga, I'm mad as hell.
Nigga, I hate you
I hate you right now, but congrats.
Talk to me next week.
Yeah, let me give you this thorny ass rose.
No, man. I auditioned for one student film at Florida State, and I definitely thought that I was like, oh, this one was perfect for me. And then I didn't get the role. Yeah. Like I go to the premiere probably like 3-4 months later because I think my friends who are in the troupe have stuff there, so I went to go watch them. And in the film that I auditioned for, it came in. And I saw, and it's funny, I saw this dude before this even started. I was on campus leaving the library, just walking I saw him with his family. He had his girl, his kid with him. You know what I mean? Like this was like an adult. And this is before we even got to the movie. So the movie is going, and then this nigga is in the role. I was like, oh, this is the nigga I lost to. I saw him 20 minutes ago.
You just started judging him. His feet ain't even that big.
Nah, the role was supposed to be like a gangster thug robbing a store in a tank top. He filled the tank top out more than I did. He had actual muscles.
That's why he got it.
Yeah, he had shoulder tattoos at the time. I didn't have no tattoos, so it didn't look like my tank top didn't look gangstery. You know, so it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But still, that was the first time that was my first experience with not getting a role.
Well, it's hurt.
And then sitting in there and seeing it. I didn't know it was coming up.
Yeah.
Just sitting in there seeing it pop up. You're like, oh wait a minute. I auditioned for this. These were the lines I read.
That's that hurt, man. I'm telling you, that is that hurt for sure. Because you really want it, and then it's like, dang, it got snatched from it. Then you see who get it, and then you start watching it. You start watching like, damn, I could have did something a little bit different. And then sometimes you be like, yeah, he ate that. He ate that.
Salute, you got it. You got it. I'ma still hate, but you got it.
Yeah, but you got it. Congrats, nigga.
All right, James. So let's talk about single shit.
Okay.
All right. Well, first of all, what made you want to produce this? Where did this idea come from?
Yeah. So last year, the leads, there are 5 leads that you see on the flyer. They were all in a previous show that I came to last year. We all are friends anyway, so I already knew them. Yeah. And this was back in June of last year. I think it was the end of June. And flew in from California, came and saw the show. And immediately, not then, but one of them had posted a picture that they took backstage. And when I saw it, I was like, I could write a show for them. Yeah. Just around the 5 of them. So I put them in a group chat, and I asked all of them, I was just like, how would y'all feel about if I write something for y'all? And they were just like, I'm game. And immediately from that picture, I thought of an episode from Living Single. Okay. And from there, I was like, I can build on that and put my own little Tangled Web spin on it and create something. Yeah. And I did that. And that's what we had.
A year later,
a year later, man.
How long did it take you to write the script? How long did it take you to
I gave myself a deadline because if I don't, that bitch won't get written.
Yeah.
So
that's me right now.
It won't get written. Yeah. But honestly, what's crazy is whenever I get the inspiration, it just comes. So as soon as I had the idea, my mind I could not let it go. I could not let it go. Every day, every night, I thought of this thing, so I just started in my apartment in California. I just started putting sticky notes. I printed out their pictures or whatever, so I could see their faces as I'm creating this character, their characters and stuff like that. And I just started writing it, and I'm
building a story.
Yeah, I'm building all of that. So they took me from. I literally started as soon as I got back last year. Maybe like that was at the top of July. From July, we had our first table read in November.
Okay.
So from July to November, I was working on it, and then I went up to Atlanta because one of my friends, he actually is a professional writer for like Netflix and PBS and stuff like that. He and I workshop the script for maybe like a weekend or so, and came back, and in January we did our final table read and. Bro, we've been locked in ever since, man.
Yeah, well, congratulations
Thank
to
you,
you.
man.
First
Thank
of all,
thank you.
Give you a round of applause, man. Because even though it's not out and it hasn't been produced yet, you finished a lot of it. You know, like there are parts of that story where if you didn't finish something, then the next step wouldn't be able to get started.
No.
All right. So salute to you for even having that dream and that vision.
Appreciate you, brother.
And like, do you want to tell us a little bit of what it's about and what this?
Yeah, man. So it's about 4 friends navigating through singlehood, through failed marriages, failed relationships, career changes. You know, and they are a very tight bond. But like you say, bonds are not easily broken until that right person come in and shake shit up, man. You know,
that's good.
And when they come and shake it up, that's just what it is, and we see how they navigate through all of that. But I feel like it's a story that a lot of people can relate to. It's not always what you think. So if you're thinking one thing about the show,
got a curveball coming for your ass. Curveball on the way
for sure. But it's fun. It's a fun ride. I laugh at it, you know. And I'm not one of those people. I am one of those people that laugh at my own jokes. But it's
important. I laugh at my own jokes.
I support myself.
This is what we do. Yeah. I mean, you're in company of someone who supports laughing at your own jokes.
So like I could see them up there doing it, but honestly, bro, to see them up there doing it, and once they connect to the characters, bro, I legit am laughing my ass off.
You're in it. It's beautiful.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those are listen, they are very good actors and actresses. When I tell you, like, they're good.
Yeah, I believe. Is anyone from the classes that you were teaching?
Yeah, 2 of them are. You know Kanisha?
Yeah,
so Kanisha,
I was seeing partners with her one time.
That's right. Yeah. So Kanisha, and then
shout out to Kanisha.
Rashonda.
Okay, I remember her. Yeah. She was sitting to my left.
Yes,
I remember her.
Yeah.
See,
you got it, man.
Yeah. I told you, I have every class visualized in my brain from like, bro, it was amazing. I've never. It was one of the best experiences that I got to get. Like, I was mad going back to work.
That's what's up. Oh, and one other person, I don't know if you remember her or not. She was tall, dark skinned. Her name is Tawanda.
Yes.
She had like the very monotone voice. Yeah, so she's also in it as well. Is there anybody else that you know? I think that's it.
Yeah,
and
from
Carmen.
the second session.
Was Carmen?
Carmen was in my session. Yeah.
So the 4 of them are in it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting. All right, wait. Tell me the date. Tell me the date again. Tell me the location. How can people get tickets to come see this?
So it's Single Ship, Saturday, June 24th at 7 p.m. at FSC, Florida State College of Jacksonville, Kent campus. Kent campus, though, not North, not downtown, not Deerwood. Kent campus. That's over off of 17. All right, yeah.
Single Shit. All right, go see that, man, and definitely support James. Like I was saying, first of all, Tangle Webb Productions. That is a great name. You snapped. You came. All right, that was good. I had to. So when I saw it on the waiver to sign up for the class, oh, that's on the shirt. Yeah, oh man, you stunting it now. We real out here. James, man, you're amazing, man. I think you're one of my favorite people I've ever met, dude.
So are you, bro.
I got it. Thank you. I'm gonna assume that you're just saying that because I said it to you first.
No, man. No, listen. I watch your shit, bro.
Yeah,
and it's good and it's funny.
Thank you. Yeah, Thank you. I appreciate it,
you're
man.
You're a solid dude, man. I appreciate like even things like this of supporting one another. You know what I mean? Because you didn't have to ask me to come on the platform or have me on the platform. but this is just another way of supporting.
Man, this is what we do. You know, I think I really wish I gotta have you back, man. I wish my boy Logan was here. I think y'all would have a blast, man. He's amazing.
Yeah, man. You please have me back.
He's a fucking character too. Yeah. I'll be here, man. We're building out here for the next couple years, man. Doing this here writer's block thing, man. Maybe Bobby TV is my YouTube. You know, just trying to figure it out. So I assume that you got more productions coming in the future. I'll be out here. You know, may not always be here, but you can come through.
For Bobby in one of my stuff. In one of my
productions. Let's do it.
It's gonna be in. Trust.
I'm excited, man. I would like to. I think honestly it would be important for me, maybe if I do it like when I'm still a little uncomfortable, you know. In my brain, I don't want to be a bad actor, but I think I might have to be a bad actor before I can be a good actor.
Do you think that?
But don't you have to like grow into it, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you could always grow being good.
Okay, well that's true. That's
you don't have to start bad. Yeah. You can be good and become better.
Okay, all right, you're right. I don't know. Maybe that's just how my brain thing. I be feeling like I gotta start. I'm like, all right. Every time I start something, I'm at zero, like or negative.
Yeah,
you know.
Nah,
just so I don't get too worried.
Man. I promise. You good. I promise.
Thank you.
I promise. So, like, can I ask you some questions?
Yeah. Listen, we got time. I know you got things to do later. I was gonna keep. Go ahead. What you got? What you got?
Yeah.
For
So,
me?
like, how? What made you start all of this?
Like the podcast and comedy.
Yeah. Well, mainly the podcast.
This podcast. All right. So this is actually my second podcast.
Okay.
The first one I started in Tallahassee. And literally, like, I was doing that improv and stand up and stuff like that, and then COVID came around.
Okay.
You know, so at the time I couldn't really. There wasn't anything to go do stand up, and it's Tallahassee. We didn't have like an act. I thought at that time that was a big comedy world. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't have any actual comedy clubs or like anything like that. So I started working at this radio station.
Okay.
And I was just like, man, like, all right, well, I'm gonna do a podcast. And I think I started it just because I wanted to like, stay out of trouble, you know, stay out of bullshit. Yeah. But also just like be, I don't know, doing something, working on doing something, man. Like I was. All my friends were doing special shit. Like one of my boys is like a doctor now. He graduated from Florida State. Actually, did all this stuff. One of my boys is doing track around the world. You know, and but my whole time through college, I wasn't doing anything.
Okay,
like I was literally I was sleeping on their couches. I didn't. Trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I didn't get into film school. I told you I didn't get into anything, man. So I don't know. I started doing comedy and I really, really liked that. And then they shut that down because of COVID. Yeah. And then I just started talking into a microphone on a podcast, man. And it became, at first it was probably completely selfish, you know. But then I became, you know, it started being fun. You know, when it started being fun and like stuff like that. Man. Then I don't know what made me keep going. I wish I had a better answer for that, man.
No, I mean,
like,
that's pretty solid, bro.
There are times where I fall off or I think about quitting it, and then like sometimes because I'm doing so much other stuff, but I got to come back to it. But I don't know, man. I think now it's just a habit. Like now I'm just used to it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I got.
Like, do you find it therapeutic?
Yes. So so certain episodes when you need a good laugh, yo, there are jokes or things that you got to get off and you just say, you know, and I think that, and there's the camaraderie, man. Being with my friends, talking to people. Like
you normally have a woman on here too, right?
Yeah. Well, I used to. My girl Allie, she had to step away. She's doing like her own like regular jobs. That's the thing. Like I do this, but the people who have been with me over the years, like there have been several co-hosts here with me, but people have their own lives. Like I'm the only one that's a comedian.
Consistently,
yeah. So I mean, some people come on and we have the run of a lifetime, and then they be like, all right, well, I gotta go do this, and I'm like, no, we could have been fun. But yeah, I mean, I still, you know, me, Logan, and then there's people who you pick up along the way, and that just keeps it fresh, you know.
Absolutely.
And I still 100% believe that like podcasting or like I do comedy. I think that's gonna be like my number one like cash cow, you know, like how I make my name and things. But I think in terms of like value driving, you know, I think a podcast platform actually, you know, a place for people to keep up with you and see the progress, man. Yeah. I think at this point, like after about like year 2, I was just like, okay, well, I'm just in it now. Yeah. You know, but yeah, so I think just keeping this going is important for me to, do that. That was a long-winded answer, but
no, I mean,
yeah,
I'm here for it. I think it's dope, because during COVID, because I've thought about doing a podcast a couple of times. I talked to a couple of friends, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. But then in my mind, I'm like, I don't have nothing to talk about consistently.
Yeah.
So I probably do like 3 solid episodes, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done.
But
signing out. Thank y'all.
But that's also what kept me going, dude. Like when I first started, the thing was apparently most podcasts don't make it past episode 7. Yeah. So I think the one that we're doing right now, I think this is going to be like either 110, 111, 112, somewhere around there. Nice. I'm in the hundreds now. Nice. So that makes me feel real good, man. Yeah. But even so, like,
well, you say you're in the 100.
Yeah, this is going to be episode like either 111 or 112.
That's what's up, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shit. If you said that they stop at 7, then you already at 100.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, like, that's commendable for sure.
And I think even that, like, now that I'm in the like I don't want this. I've been keeping it going to not stop that streak.
Yeah.
Because like there are times doing a podcast where it hasn't always been like good. I haven't always been in this place.
Yeah.
It hasn't always looked this good.
Yeah.
So there are like some runs where you like, why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah.
And we did run out of stuff to talk about. That's the thing. You gonna run out of stuff to talk about all the time, James. But start the show anyway, because if there's one thing, in 3 days, it's gonna be something else in the damn news or in the headlines.
I believe it.
That's gonna spark the best things ever.
Yeah, man, like Tina Turner.
Oh my gosh, yeah. All right, rest in peace to Tina Turner, by the way. Okay, well, we didn't say that last episode, but you never know, man.
Yeah, man.
How you feel? That messed you up? That hit you in the heart?
It wasn't the celebrity hit. You know what I mean? You know how you have that one celebrity death that just be like, dang, man, that just messed me up. But no, it wasn't that. It was just like, and I've done not a lot of research, but seeing some of the documentary about her and the life that she's had, especially that latest one that she did called Tina, that was a really good documentary. And you really got a lot of insight on her and how she thinks and how she felt about this her life. And for her to finally get to this place of just resting in peace, I feel like that this is kind of like a relief for her, just from this world that she has been trying to run away from. Because that was one of the things that she said in the documentary, that she's all of her life she's been trying to escape Ike, escape that whole past. But it's like every time she does an interview, they ask her about it. You know what I mean? So you're talking about decades.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And so she was like, I did the movies so they can get all the answers that they need and they can leave me alone and I can move on. But then now I got to do press about the movie that keep making me revisit this. And so she was like, every time I can't get away from it.
That is one of my biggest fears, dude. Like I feel like that working your whole life, having a hell of a career, being that talented, and then you do all that work. But it's, I don't know, people going to ask you about,
You're stuck, you know what I mean? And I think that, like, seeing that part, that was a thing that kind of made me a little sad for her, because I'm like, yo, you are a legend. Like, you are a legend. Like, Tina Turner is a legend, And so for her to have that light, I was like, dang, man, So I kind of see this as a relief from this, all of this,
the world,
you know what I mean? And I mean, she lived a life. I mean, she was 80-something years old.
Yeah, that is good, by the way.
Yeah,
80s,
and she was still looking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
she really was. So I think it's cool. Now she got, I think the Broadway tour. That's because I think it's coming here too. Look at you, just like, oh, it is.
I didn't know where you would go.
Like, what?
I was like, where did you see this at? Where you get your news from? I didn't hear nothing about
Yeah, so FSCJ, they do the artist series.
Okay, I've never been to FSCJ, by the way, but yeah. What?
You've never been there? You never done what?
I've never been to FSCJ. I don't even know where it's at. Even though I've been here my whole life. I've been to UNF, but I know what it is. I know what it is.
So you never seen not one campus? They got several.
I probably seen it and drove past it and didn't know what it was.
I mean, they do kind of look a little ancient. So you probably thought it was like a little abandoned building.
Yeah.
But yeah, like bro, what?
Yeah. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it.
I'm sure. Now you probably really are gonna see it. You're like, there it is.
This is what I've been missing.
This is what
James was talking about right here. Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, they bring in. They have a South Campus over off of Beach Boulevard.
Okay.
That they bring different major shows into town. And so that's one of the ones that they're bringing in. They're bringing Frozen. They're bringing Tina. They're bringing a couple Hades Town and stuff like that. A lot of those are musicals. All of those are musicals, really.
Do you like going out to play? Like, do you like going out to stuff, even like that you're in? Do you still go out as a fan?
Yeah. I just left from last Friday. I think it was either last Friday or last Saturday. I went to a show called Choir Boy at Players by the Sea.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I saw a flyer.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, well, what? I thought it was musical, so I didn't go.
No, well, I mean, they have some singing in it, but it's not considered a musical. It's a straight play. Okay. So, but it's pretty good. I have a couple of friends that's in there. Actually, my stage manager for Single Shit, he's actually one of the guys that's in Choir Boy. So when it supported him, the director is a good friend of mine, Jeremy Rackett. And I've done a lot of. That was really a big lie. I was gonna say I've done a lot of shows there. I haven't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. After I went to LA, I did 3 minutes at the Laugh Factory. Yeah. I'm like, I perform there all the time now. It's my profile picture now. I perform there more online than in real life. All right, but I get you.
But no, I did a couple of shows there. You ever heard of Little Shop of Horrors?
No, what is that?
Thank y'all for your time.
Little Shop of Horrors?
Bro, Bobby, how old are you, man?
I'm 24.
Well, that explains it. Okay.
What? How old are you, James?
Well, we're going to say that for another time, bro.
Okay.
No, I'm 38.
Okay. Wow. What?
38?
I was not expecting that. Okay.
I'll be 38. There we go. I'm 37. I'll be 38 in July.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
What? I can't congratulate
Congratulations for getting old.
But you don't look it though. You got more hair than I do. Yeah, my corners are slipping already. It's not good at 24.
Listen, it's a lot of people my age that don't have this amount of hair.
Yeah.
And I said because somebody asked me, well, how long you gonna let your hair grow? And I was like, bro, as long as I can. There's a lot of people my age that don't have this. I'm like, I'm letting this bit grow as much as I can until it starts thinning out, and that's why I'm cutting it all off because I refuse to be one of them people that got a bald spot.
I'm already committed to getting a wig when I'm in like my 30s or something like that. We gonna see. I'm gonna have some luxury. Cat Williams, his was natural, but I'm gonna be the fake.
I need you to start now practicing because I need to see these wigs.
I just got to figure out what hairstyle I want to rock. You know what I mean?
What kind of wig? Like
I might get a twist like you got. I might have the twist one day. I might come back with the curly top like these kids are doing.
Bro, they do the micro balding now.
What is that?
That's what it's called. Where it's almost like tattooing, like the hair.
What?
It's not actual hair, but it's, let's say for instance you're bald.
Yeah.
And they'll create a whole hairline, and it's almost like a 5 o'clock shadow that you will permanently have on the.
And it's just there.
Just there.
So it's a tattoo, like.
It looks like they're tattooing. I think it's a tattoo because it definitely look like a tattoo gun.
Yeah.
And it's permanent.
Wow.
And you have to go through different.
That
sessions.
sounds like it hurts. That sounds like painful. I don't know.
I don't know if it is painful because those.
You said it's called micro balding.
I think balding. I believe.
Okay.
I could be lying to you.
Wait. That was at the end. That's my new shit. Yo, by the way, I could be lying to you. Do your own research. Do your own research. Google it.
Yeah, but I think it's called microbalding. They do it here.
Yeah,
there's a barber here named Angel Ross. He does it here. And yeah, bro, if you get bald, if all y'all people that's out there bald, man, try microbalding.
We got some bald listeners out there.
Yeah, I heard that it's expensive too, though.
Yeah.
So I mean, be prepared to put that money down because that's a lot. It's time consuming. You know what I mean? But
you said multiple sessions. That's just like
man,
like laser surgery removal.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, cause you have to lay like one layer down. and then you got to come back and make sure that it's at the right shade.
Do they put you like unconscious, like nitro gas or anything, or are they just doing it
you
while
probably be there for so long you go to sleep on your own. you are your own anesthesia. Okay.
Oh God! All right, that's. Oh wait. All right. Before we leave, you talked about being here before. What comedians have you seen here? Back in
I can't remember, but I do remember one, John Hinton.
Okay.
Yeah, he is the only person I see.
Yeah, and then this is the first time that you've been here since
then.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know I said that I come often. I don't, so I could be lying to y'all. Just but yeah, I saw John Hinton. I came before. I just can't remember who I came
to see. Yeah,
it could have been Lavelle Crawford.
Legend,
bro. What?
Lavelle funny as hell, man.
Man, stomach hurt. Like just done. But
like I was saying, back then I didn't even know that this existed back then though. Like I literally just started coming around here like 2-3 years ago.
Man, it's legit.
Yeah,
it's legit. I'm glad that we have stuff like this. I mean, but I'm trying to figure out like why we don't even use this type of space for more than just comedy. You know what I mean? Like this could be a good little improv night type stage. You know what I mean? Like what's the improv show they used to come on?
Whose Line is it? With like Wayne Brady and all them.
Yeah. You could easily do stuff like this, man.
Do you ever watch like SNL and things like that? Or you
I
you
used
a fan
to watch
of
SNL. I used to watch it back in the day. And I bought when when we used to buy DVDs and stuff like that. I bought the
I was a part of that. I used to buy bootlegs like early on. I was getting bootleg movies and stuff from the corner store gas stations.
Now, Bob, I didn't say bootleg. I was saying.
Wait. Oh, you did
Legally,
say you did say DVDs. My bad. I thought okay, you're right. You're right. My bad.
He told me, I was a part of that. Buy a bootleg. I didn't say that shit.
That's a. Oh my God.
I used to buy like the best of like Chris Farley. What's the other guy? The Anchorman guy. Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I used to buy all of those because. Listen, this shit was so funny, man. So yeah, that type of SNL, Mad TV, was it called Mad TV?
Mad TV,
Mad TV, yeah. All those, I used to love those.
Ari Spears and all them. He was here a couple months ago.
Yeah,
I used to watch him on Chocolate Sundays earlier. Like that, he was I think he was the first comedian I remember doing Chocolate Sundays.
Yeah.
So when I went out there to do the show, that was what was crazy. I was a kid watching him do impressions and stuff like that.
I'm glad you said that. So like, who is your inspiration as a comedian?
Man, like early on, it was Ali Sadiq, and he's a comedian from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And then it was crazy enough, man. My first ever time performing here, I got to work with him. I did a guest spot. He let me do a guest spot here, and it was like my first time performing on the stage, man. And that was so crazy because 4 years prior to that, I was just traveling back and forth from Jackson to Tallahassee, listening to comedy Spotify playlists.
Okay.
And so it was just like 3-minute jokes or whatever, and his jokes would come up all the time. And that was before I started doing stand-up.
Yeah.
So like fast forward like 3 years later, I got to do a guest spot with him that first night, and that's how I got into this club. And then literally just this January, I did a whole weekend hosting for him.
Nice.
So that was crazy.
Nice.
He came back, we texted back and forth. He was my first celebrity guest here on the podcast too. He did my show, and at the time, dude, I was recording on the front camera of an iPad.
Yeah.
So if you see it on YouTube, the quality is horrible.
Yeah.
Terrible, man. But like, so I would say Ali Sadiq was one of my inspirations to get into comedy, man. Cat Williams, I used to love Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. I saw a Kevin Hart show a couple months ago. I was growing up watching him, like actually his specials, all that from the rip, man. So I don't know, like I told you, like in Tallahassee, bro, I got into comedy because I really just wanted to have something special about me.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to do something that was like unique and cool. I was literally just like all my friends are such good at they're good at what they do. Whatever it is, it's not entertainment, but they're like one of the best in that shit.
Like why comedy? Like, because you said that you wanted to do something unique and special just for you. So why not become a special doctor or a special, I don't know, pimp? You know what I mean?
I tried to be a pimp. I ain't gonna lie. I tried. It didn't go well. I was catching feelings. The women weren't listening to my command. It was bad. It was bad. I was doing the check-in. So they put. Nah.
You're dumb.
Comedy. I was working at a Panera Bread, James.
Okay.
So I was working at Panera Bread, and I had a coworker. His name's Brandon, but everybody used to call him Waffles because he worked at Waffle House in the morning and then Panera Bread at night with us, right? And he was in the comedy troupe I told you about.
Okay.
So before I even got in, he was a funny dude. Okay. Really, and I love him, man. That was my guy. He's like an older brother of mine, man. Mm-hmm. But he's a funny dude. He invited us to his show because he was in the troupe before me. And I don't know. I went out. Me, my boy Noah at the time. I went out. And I'm in the crowd. I'm laughing. I'm watching him do this. And I'm like, damn, this is funny as hell. I want to do this. So because of him, I auditioned that next semester. And I told you, I wasn't in Florida State because I didn't get into school. Yeah. But you can still audition for the extracurriculars and shit. Absolutely. So I auditioned. I got in after the callbacks and stuff like that. And I just started doing like I wasn't telling nobody either. I didn't tell nobody at first. I was sleeping on my homeboys' couches at the time and stuff like that. So I'm waking up, going to they going to school, Florida State for class. I'm going, I'm chilling, and then I'm just going to the theater, the karate theater is what it was called, and doing just improv sketches and jokes, man. And then there were people in that troupe who were stand-up comedians, and I think doing that had got me the confidence to actually step out and do stand-up, but I had been wanting to do it. I had been listening to it on the road, but I think once I found that, and I was like, oh, this is actually, I'm having fun with life. Like, Tallahassee was whooping my ass, James. Like, working all these jobs and trying to pay rent for the first time, like with cars and stuff, and no car, driving a scooter. Like, bro, it was bad. And then I found that comedy troupe and then stand-up, and I was having a really good time, man.
What's up, man?
And I don't know. I just started then I started inviting my friends to the show, and they were like, "Oh man, that was dope." Yeah. It was horrible, by the way. My first stand-up show was terrible. My friends were lying to me. We did it. It was an outside show, so it was a garage. It was somebody's garage, and then it started raining and thundering. Not just it was raining and thundering. So it was probably about 30 people packed under this garage that don't got a door. Yes, that don't got a door, and I'm up there bombing, talking about Tinder and just my first time at stand up. My friends are all in the back.
Were they laughing?
They were like smiling. I probably got one laugh out of them. I still got the video, and to this day, I get to about 18 seconds in, and I'm like, all right, that was I remember the whole night.
I can see all you can hear just.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but it made, I don't know. I started just to feel like I was actually doing something that wasn't. That was good. That was fun. And then when, I don't know, character development started to come into play of it, like I actually started becoming a better person doing stand-up.
That's what's up.
That's not what I ever expected. Now I still be fucking up and making mistakes and stuff, but it made me want to like actually be, I started actually being different. And I don't know, just following that kind of kept me out of a lot of trouble. I stopped selling edibles and shit. And when I was making bank in Tallahassee, though, that was when I was making the most money. I was an accountant during the day, and I was selling edibles and all that stuff, and making hella money, man. But my roommates were like dealers of they were Colombian, so you already know. Man, and then just comedy got me away from that. Like I was partying with them and all this stuff, but when I had auditions or when I had shows, or I just didn't do it. Yeah. So I think that just kept me on the right track. I ended up moving out the house that they were living in and getting around just other people, man. So I don't know. It just became something different, like a way for me to be like, oh shit, like this is how I can actually develop my own character. Like I've had a crazy life. Like I went through a whole identity crisis. Like my name Bobby Brown Jr., man. But I found out when I was 20 that my biological dad is actually this dude named is not Bobby Brown. It's my sister's dad, but he's not who I thought. Okay. So that sent me through a whole thing. I bet it did, meeting a new dad and shit, and my name being that. So even then, like my name being Bobby Brown, when people hear my name, they don't even think of me. You already think of somebody else. You think of another nigga.
Yeah, you do. So and honestly, when you told me your name, or when I first saw your name, when you was reaching out about the class, I was like, okay, well, maybe this is kind of like a stage name.
You thought I would choose that?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I really did. Thought you
no
chose
way!
It.
No.
Like, okay, because it says Junior, so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I get it. I get to play on it. You know what I mean? So all this time until you just said this, I really thought it was just
because all right, well, yeah, nah, man, that's just my actual name, but I'm just stuck with it, at this point.
Yeah.
And I think it worked out me being a comedian.
Absolutely.
Because with that, first of all, it's like an easy layup bucket of jokes that I can get into, but I get to actually express like talk about how I actually hate my fucking name. People are laughing, but I be meaning that shit.
Absolutely.
Like my whole, but yeah, man, I just think comedy gave me a sense of like uniqueness and purpose because I don't know. Being like with that whole situation and then having a name where you don't even think about me, you think about
somebody
this, you think about somebody else and then what's really going on behind the scenes. I just be like, man, all right, well, let me stick with entertainment, making people laugh, making myself laugh because I think this is a lane where a Bobby Brown can be famous. All right. This is if I was I could do music and stuff like that too. I started out in church doing music, so I'm actually really good at rapping. I'm the best ever.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm great. I'm the best ever. I'm telling you, I'm the best ever. I promise you, James. But being Bobby Brown. You type that into a damn thing. It's already 3 more famous Bobby Browns is coming up. Yeah. I got like a lot of followers when Bobby Brown Jr., not me, died. People thought it was me. So everybody was following me on Instagram, commenting on my shit. Rest in peace. You were there, bro. They were like, you were such a good guy.
Well, at least you know you're loved.
Bro, it was people I'd never met before. I was in Tallahassee in my room. I'm high as hell smoking weed. And I just started getting random texts or messages from strangers. Rest in peace.
Did you think he was dead?
Yes. Yes. No, I'm talking. I remember it vividly, James. The lights were. It was like 11:35 p.m. Lights were off. I'm winding down for the night. I got TV on. About to go to sleep. Looking at my phone. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I deleted the first 2 comments because
I can see you
yeah. The first two, I was like, "What? This must be a prank."
Yeah.
Deleted the first 2 comments. I wake up 2 hours later. 150 comments, and I'm like, guys, it's not me.
I've been freaking out.
Yeah, I don't even know. So it was a lot, man, and I just think comedy is a way for me to escape all that, and just have fun, man. Like being a comedian, I don't have to be serious about it. Like it's serious to me, serious situations.
Yeah.
But
so, like, how do you? Not to cut you off, but like, how do you, or do you chart your growth? You know what I mean? I don't want to say good or bad or anything like that because I feel like that could be
subjective.
Subjective, right? But like, how do you chart your growth? Like, how do you know that you are getting better at your craft?
I think I'm probably the worst person at that.
Okay.
Because I'm so critical of everything. Like, I'm hypersensitive about. I see every little mistake I make.
Okay.
So I chart my growth by like the opportunities I'm setting myself up for. And how I'm doing on the top. So like I've been doing comedy for 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
And before, like my first time performing in LA was this year. So it was February.
Okay.
Before that, my highest ceiling was when I got into here, that was my ceiling. I was doing kava bars, coffee bars, and stuff like that, hole in the wall spots. Yeah. And then I got into here, and I'm working with Ali Sadiq and Tony Roberts and like Lunel. I had Lunel on my podcast, like that. I think getting myself those opportunities and in those rooms is how I chart my growth for the people I'm talking to now. Okay. Either way, like every day I work on stand up.
Absolutely.
So like even though like I come in here like how we here right now, I'll usually be in here in the morning and I'll run my set with nobody in the room. Nice. or I'll try new jokes, but I don't know.
All out running your set.
Yeah, like I'm like because I'm practicing like legit, but I still like the opportunity I get, I still got butterflies in my stomach and I'm scared as hell because you don't know. That's what I'm saying. So I think I'm bad at charting my growth of like what I'm actually doing in the moment, because I feel like with stand up, man, you just building it up and it's coming little by little, but when you see it come together, that's when you be like, oh shit, it's finally here. You know, you don't really get that moment until months later, you know. But as far as like opportunities that I've been getting more and more over the last couple of years, they've been increasing, and I'm meeting people who are a little more famous and a little more important in the business, and like you know, slow, and it's because I put myself in those rooms. It's not because I haven't had. It's not because I had somebody being like, oh, meet this person so and so. It's because I'm actually bothering fucking comedians and their Instagrams and Twitters, and
that's what's up, man. And they respond back.
Some of them do. I get a lot of ignorements. That's not a word. But
but I tell you, I was here with you, bro. I was here with you. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was like, yep. If we don't bring attention to it, they will never know.
I get ignored a lot. There we go. A lot of comedians don't respond, don't follow back, because you know I'm a young dude, bro.
And then if you don't got that blue check, people be like, nah, they just around.
Don't have a blue check. I don't got the biggest following count, man. But I would say I'm outworking people. You know, I'm practicing more. I'm working on it. So hopefully that answers the question, man. Like I think I just chart my growth now by the people who I'm talking to and I'm getting to work with, who I'm getting to open for.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
And then hopefully, you know, some auditions. So I like I said, I want to take acting seriously now. I've never done an acting audition actually outside of like the student stuff. But now that I'm actually going to LA and I'm meeting people, and you know, I'm in the room. I'm in the back now. Nobody know who the hell I am, but I'm in there now.
I'm in that bitch.
I got to figure out, you know, what's the next plan of action. And I would say,
that's what's up, man. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. That's it. I mean, honestly, because like back in the day, like to get noticed by like an agent or agency or even casting directors, they would just print out their headshots and mail them or go put them up on the doors or whatever. But like now, you don't really have to do it. I mean, some people still do it.
There's a way.
For the most part, like these casting directors and stuff like that, they go to your social media. They go to your YouTube.
They build them.
You know what I mean? They watch it. Sometimes you don't. The bad thing is you don't know that they're watching you. You know what I mean? And they could be watching you and all of your content and stuff like that. You know, but honestly, that'd be your resume. What you put out there now. You know.
Well, I appreciate you for doing this show, because now you're a part of the Writer's Block resume. We got a legend, James Webb, in the building. All right. You're going to see my man soon all over your damn screens.
For sure.
If you don't know, you need to know. What's your social media, James? So
JWebb 2003. That's on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, listen. Single shit this June. All right, go get your tickets. Some of y'all probably live by FSCJ. I'm gonna go figure out where it's at, and we gonna be
Kent
out there.
Campus though. Kent Campus. Make
There
sure
we go.
y'all get your tickets. It's on Eventbrite. Single shit. Yep. Single shit. Type it all the way out. singleshit.eventbrite.com.
We appreciate you, James. We love you, man.
Thank you, man.
We are gone.
Yeah.